Hello, ladies. In last week's video titled, I'm Not Going, I shared my story of my need to be humble and move with my husband to Mississippi for a job promotion. Now, in my defense, we had just moved back home from being gone for over 10 years, finished remodeling a home, and the kids had finally settled into school. Also, I had just started a new job that I really loved. So there were lots of legitimate reasons to say no, but the truth is, there was one more overpowering reason why I didn't want to go. He wanted to move to Mississippi. Mississippi? Y'all, I just knew that I would find broken down shanties and barefoot dirty children and now, I hadn't done any research, I just knew. So, who would want to live in a place like that? I was certain my children would not receive a proper education and I would have no friends and we would end up at some church in the boondocks and where no one used proper grammar, not even the preacher. Yes, I knew it was going to be horrible. To make matters worse, Greg had to leave months before we did. I at least wanted my children to have a few more months of real education in Florida before we moved to the sticks. So we needed to finish out the school year. Then, of course, I had to sell the house because we just moved in and I couldn't afford to hire a realtor. We were going to lose our shirts, and I was probably going to be killed by some stranger claiming to be house hunting. It was all just going to be terrible. But I was a good, obedient wife, so I was going. Cue the sappy music. Guess what? I was wrong about all of it. You heard me. Not one of my prejudicial thoughts was true. Mississippi was amazing. The houses were beautiful. No one lived in a shanty and everyone had shoes. The people were warm and friendly, and we went to a church that had over 500 people who spoke perfect grammar. I was a dumb one in the crowd. We loved it there. Now, how could I have been so sure of myself and yet been so terribly wrong? Because I was being extremely foolish. I'd made up my mind about people and a place I knew nothing about, but thought I knew it all. Proverbs 10:14. Wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. My mouth and my attitude did little to support my husband or prepare my children for this change. Proverbs 14:1. The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands. In a sense, I was tearing down my own house with my bare hands. I didn't have enough faith to go completely trusting in God. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Did you see that? Trust in the Lord with not just your mind, but with your whole heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. God knows far more than we do. He created everything. Acknowledge him. How? In everything we do. So what happens when we fully trust, lean, and acknowledge the Lord? He will direct our paths. Some translations say that he will show you where to go. He will make our paths straight. A straight path is an easy path to follow, but it all begins with trust. Ladies, right now, you may feel that you're being called to go in a direction you never saw for your life. It's scary, hard, and not what you planned. Now, I can't give you advice as to what to do, but I want you to think about something. Wherever you go and whatever you do, if you're wise and trust in God, He will take care of you. Now, that doesn't mean it'll always be easy. Earth is the journey, not the destination. I can tell you that when we are wise and obedient to God, He will bless us in ways we never dreamed possible. No, I didn't plan on ever living in Mississippi, but the truth is that if we hadn't moved, I probably wouldn't be alive today. I'll talk more about that in my next video, but for today, just know that being wise means to fully trust in God, regardless of where life leads us. I pray that this message blesses you today, and never forget that God loves you, and so do I.